determine if the state Supreme Court will remain left-leaning or if the balance will shift 4-3 to the right with one seat up for grabs.
Over $100 million is expected to be spent on Wisconsin's Supreme Court race between conservative Judge Brad Schimmel.
On the state Supreme Court, I'll apply the law equally because everyone has the right to feel safe.
And liberal Judge Susan Crawford.
Being a judge is really pretty simple. There's right and there's wrong, and I'll always do the right thing.
The majority of campaign donations have come from outstate billionaires like Elon Musk and George Soros.
That's Fox's Jeff Manasso. There are two special elections in Florida to fill two seats that have been held by Republicans. Ex-Congressman Matt Gaetz and National Security Advisor Mike Waltz. If the GOP candidates win, it'll give Republicans a slightly bigger House majority. In the Senate, Democrat Cory Booker spent all night talking, railing against the Trump agenda.
Placing tariffs on our biggest trade partners is beyond unfair. This drives the cost of goods up, and the consumer is the one who ends up paying the increase.
President Trump's readying a lot more tariffs tomorrow.
He's calling it Liberation Day. President Trump says he has settled on a tariff plan being imposed Wednesday.
It's going to be something that's going to bring a lot of wealth back to our country, tremendous wealth back to our country, actually.
The president is promising reciprocal tariffs, charging the same duty on imports from countries that tariff American exports.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House, and Wall Street stock futures are falling after a big sell-off in March on some tariff worries. Israel's gone on the attack again in Lebanon, killing at least 4 people.
The Israeli military says it was targeting a member of the Hezbollah militant group. It adds that what it calls a Hezbollah terrorist posed an imminent threat and had to be taken out. We're told the target had been helping Hamas plan a significant attack against Israeli civilians.
That's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
When you're in the thick of a project, Harbor Freight is the place that always comes in handy. Whether you're picking up something for your pickup truck or a power tool for your project, at Harbor Freight, your dollar always goes further. And these days, when everything seems to cost more, you can take pride in knowing that you get hard-working tools at hard-working prices. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight.
It's tax season. By now, we're all a bit tired of numbers, but here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number, $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed. Save up to 40% in your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
While voters in Wisconsin decide if they want a conservative or liberal for the state Supreme Court, House Republicans will hold a hearing this morning into what they claim is judicial activism. Federal judges ruling in favor of legal challenges to President Trump's agenda. Congressman Lance Gooden is on the Judiciary Committee and tells Fox
these nationwide injunctions have really gone out of control.
Republicans are considering legislation that would prevent U.S. district judges from issuing injunctions that would affect the whole country. There's also a House hearing today into the newly declassified JFK files. Thousands of documents released, made public after being more than 60 years sealed.
Think the unthinkable. Question everything.
This was the trailer for the 1991 film JFK, which was based on the investigation into the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Decades after its release, director Oliver Stone will be one of the witnesses at a House congressional hearing, taking a look at the release of the JFK files. The Trump administration has pushed for more transparency when it comes to classified documents, including ones surrounding the assassination of Robert Kennedy Jr. and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
Another change is coming into the military under new Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth.
It's been a pet peeve for the Pentagon chief since well before being confirmed as Defense Secretary that fitness standards were lowered for women so more females would qualify for combat roles. Now, in a new memo, Hegseth says jobs known as combat arms, like special ops or infantry, will require heightened entry level and sustained physical fitness, regardless of gender. There are already a number of combat-ready jobs that have higher fitness standards, such as the Navy SEALs or Army Rangers and Green Berets. Tom Rigotti, Fox News.
It's down to the Final Four of the women's college basketball tournament. Texas and Connecticut won last night to join South Carolina and UCLA. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Governor Pritzker leading a trade mission to Mexico. It'll last through tomorrow. A delegation meeting with Mexican counterparts to discuss enhancing collaboration in key sectors like agriculture and food processing, finance, and manufacturing. Through the mission, Illinois is seeking to strengthen its long-standing partnership with Mexico. Cleanups underway after storms hitting central Illinois. Severe weather went through the region, leaving thousands of people without power on Sunday. High winds caused damage in Champaign County, amongst other counties. There haven't been any confirmed reports of tornadoes. An online auction is underway for unclaimed property in Illinois. The state treasurer says that auction is going to run through April the 6th. Items being auctioned include an 18-karat yellow gold chain link bracelet, as well as a baseball card with a piece of Joe DiMaggio's bat. How about that? Again, the auction is taking place for the state of Illinois' unclaimed property. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Yeah, there's always stuff like that people forget about, and then they don't claim, and then people can buy them. And there are people that do this all the time.
I know.
They know how it works. So you could probably find a good deal on an old weather machine from 1975 or something.
The old Dyfax or 604 FFA circuit or satellite picture making machines.
Yeah, like one of those.
Yeah, he's so nerdish.
And I'll be looking for the rock'em sock'em robots
the Dyfax
over
machine
here.
what the weather maps were printed on. On wet electrostatic paper. The weirdest, funkiest smell to it, and I'm sure it was a carcinogen or two in there, but it was weather.
That's right.
So.
No, that's right. And you can go to the website somewhere in Illinois and find out if you're one of the people that have stuff laying there. It could be a treasure chest for all you know. Anyway, it's election day, kind of. I mean, there's not going to be a lot of people to vote. They should. But the turnout in these things are so low.
Hoping for 25%.
Wow.
I know.
My official guess is 16. I just don't. It's going to make a difference if you can get out and vote. Your vote weighs about 10 times more than normal.
Yeah.
So if you look at it that way, you're kind of a kingmaker today, friends. Go vote if you can. Go to the clerk's website, figure out where you're supposed to go and what you're voting on.
Yep.
You can do that too.
And I'm running on the good weather ticket, by the way.
Yep. So love it. You'd be dominant, no question. Weather brought to you by Kurt Lenschow, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, Kurt and State Farm are there. Our meteorologist is Greg Solier. Sir, what are you seeing?
Man, no rest for the wicked around here in the weather office as well, with a busy, active, moisture-laden one with yet another almost repeat performance from Mother Nature on another impressive winter storm or early spring storm, however you want to label it. Snows across the Dakotas, upper Midwest. They're still trying to get power on through northern Wisconsin, upper Michigan, coming off the ice storm there, and 250,000 customers still trying to keep the cabin warm with readings there in the single digits and teens, and even close to zero in upper Michigan this morning. Meanwhile, we sit on the cusp of a storm system for number 2, at least the second of which it will generate a pretty substantial rain event. Not much severe of anything. Will be on the colder side of it, but flood watches already from southern Ohio back into eastern Oklahoma. There may be a little wet snow on the backside of this weather system and a couple of flakes around here into early next week. Then we transition back into colder weather. So enjoy these milder days, but they will come at a price. 31 over at Willard and Savoy, 30 at Rantoul, 53 the forecast high, and this April 1 normal high in the mid 50s. By the end part of the month, the normal high at 68 and a vastly improved sunrise time as well. Tonight, rain after midnight with a thunderstorm towards the dawn, low down to 45. Heads up tomorrow, already into a category 3 out of 5 or an enhanced risk of severe weather. Same setup that we had here on Sunday, just about. Showers and thunderstorms in the morning, take a break, come back in the afternoon and evening. Probably a weather watch. Could be heavy and severe at 72. Still some lingering rain chances Thursday at 63. Scattered showers late Friday at 61. Widespread rains 1 to 3 inches, we think, here for late Friday night into Saturday, and a half a foot southeast towards Terre Haute. 54 on Saturday. We're in the mid 50s Sunday, then only in the 40s for high temperatures next Monday and Tuesday. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
I prefer not a repeat of weather from Sunday.
Yeah, that was a little tricky.
That's a little too rough. But all right, thank you.
The sirens were going off, and I guess they did categorize it as a EF1 tornado through my hometown of Tolono. At least it was in an area that wasn't well populated, and Illinois Foundation seed in the shed, the storage, and no one was hurt. So and some, units that have storage off of I-57 and Monticello Road damaged.
Well, we'll be on alert to get to the basement tomorrow at some point. Maybe. You just got to understand.
Right.
But you're
Be
at
ready.
work and all these other things going on, too. If you're driving and are you supposed to get in a ditch? But who's going to get in a ditch?
I know it.
I think that's a hard thing to ask. Now, if you're a semi guy, you know about the weather.
Yeah.
'Cause those things coming up from 57, a friend of mine was driving from Carbondale, and 3 semis blown over on Sunday.
Right.
So it shut down 57 apparently. So I mean, it's we have what we have, the turbulence of March around here in April. And welcome to the second quarter, April 1.
Yes,
we are here. I've never been an April Fool's guy. There are people that make livings out of that stuff.
I know it.
I don't know why. I kind of did something like that in college once, and I just could never do it again.
Right.
When I pretended not to speak English for 2 hours in a bar. So, but that wasn't April Fool's. It was just being ornery.
Right.
Anyway, I don't know April Fool's. I don't even know the history of it.
I've switched the sugar and the salt at one point, and there was a time in Louisiana in my radio career that we said, there's a new law. You have to weigh your pet at the courthouse and pay a pet tax. And we were amazed how many people brought their pets for that.
They're listening to a trusted radio friend until they're not.
Feel bad.
Yeah, this is a day you could do portal reporting.
Yes.
Basketball portal.
And then say April Fool's.
Cooper Flags transferring to Illinois, that kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah. 57 million reasons he's not.
I know.
No, it's just welcome to April, but again, April doesn't necessarily mean wonderful spring weather all the time. So, hey, listen, we're out of winter. You got that going for you. You got to figure out when you plant your stuff and do all the farmers are assessing stuff, moisture levels and everything else, and when they can get in and start doing the corn and the beans and the other product that they do. So we will, we're predominantly corn and beans around here, as everybody knows. But yeah, our friends in the field will be out there within the month, I would think.
Yeah.
And getting another season going after another winter passes. So here we are. Good to have you listening. I don't know if anybody saw a picture of St. Louis at Busch Stadium, but wow, might have been the lowest ever.
Is that right?
It's that we are in a transition for Cardinals from the standpoint of we didn't sign anybody. There's a change of the guard. John Mozeliak's last year. I'm not sure why they did another year. Probably should have just gone on to Chaim Bloom. He'll be the new guy. But there's another year, and I guess when John Mozeliak was announced on opening day, they put some sound effects so you couldn't hear.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Kind of block the, I
was talking with some of the staff when I was heading into Busch saying, can they just say the administration team and just say a bunch of names at once?
Well, they put some sound effects so you kind of deadened it, my understanding.
Okay.
Anyway, so the Cardinals picture from Monday, I guess it was, yesterday evening. What's today, Tuesday?
Yeah.
Anyway, it was, it was one of those like you'd see.
It was a 10-inning game.
No, it's the beginning of the game. The beginning of the game where you could literally count people.
Okay.
It was just not Cardinal-like, and I just think there's a lot of arms folded and going through all of that transition. So we'll see. We're hopeful. We'll see what happens.
Well, and they dropped the first game of 2025 in extra innings, 10 of them. 5-4 with the LA Angels on top. Here's your Redbird recap.
The Redbird Recap is sponsored by Helitech Waterproofing and Foundation Repair. Heal your home with Helitech.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney, and last night at Busch Stadium, the Cardinals lost for the first time in 2025, losing 5-4 in 10 innings. Walks did the Cardinals in, and they weren't as productive with runners in scoring position.
The Angels didn't have a lot of hits, but they did take advantage of those walks. The Cardinals couldn't come up with a big hit. They did have some really good at-bats, some good moments. The pitching was decent, but unfortunately the Cardinals dropped their first game of 2025.
Jojo Romero walked 2 and was the losing pitcher, one of those, an intentional walk. The Angels did a good job of getting the ball in the air with a runner at third and less than 2 out.
Mike Trout, a couple of sacrifice flies for the Angels, and the Cardinals just couldn't quite get it done in the bottom of the 10th.
And it was Ryan Johnson picking up the save, his first in the big leagues, with Romero taking the loss, and Brock Burke was the winner. It's the Cardinals and the Angels tonight. It's Matthew Liberatore against Kyle Hendricks on the air at 5:50.
Is your home showing symptoms of foundation issues? Your home's wet basement, dingy crawl space, musty smells, cracked walls, or unlevel concrete shouldn't be ignored. Helitech can help. Life happens in your home. You and your family deserve the best. Helitech offers proven solutions in waterproofing, drainage, concrete leveling, and foundation repair services. Contact us for a free inspection at helitechonline.com.
When the water's high, we'll keep your basement dry. Heal your home with Helitech.
Cubs win big, 18-3 over the Athletics.
Yeah, what Harry used to say, Harry Carey, hey, save some of those for tomorrow.
9:05 today, and you'll hear the action on US 105.9 with Justin Steele taking the mounds.
Yeah.
You have a highlight?
No.
Okay. I was like, wow. We usually, of course, we're your home for the Cardinals here on ESPN 93.5. Chicago White Sox shut out Minnesota 9-0. You know, last year at the end of the season, it seemed like fans were rooting for a record number of losses at the end of the season. So it looks like they're coming out pretty good this season. It's a 6:40 start.
So far.
So far, you know, we're only, 4 or 5 games in.
Yeah.
So the Final Four is set in women's basketball as number 1 Texas took down number 2 TCU 58-47. And UConn with Paige Bucher as the only NCAA player in history to post 25 points in 4 postseason games. Or more. And so UConn beat USC and now will face UCLA. The Final Four will be great. I saw ISU won over Louisiana Tech, 78-70.
78-70. Elise Knutson now is the all-time single-season three-point leader for Illinois State University.
Awesome.
She was 5 out of 7 last night, made some huge shots. And the Unity High School graduate final native is one of the top women's basketball player in the country when it comes to statistics and total points for a career. It's unbelievable. She's done great, 5 out of 7, and some came at really critical junctures in the ball game last night. So good for her.
NIT action tonight, North Texas and UC Irvine, and Chattanooga and Loyola Chicago. A spotlight on Tuscola's Jalen Quinn on that Loyola Chicago team. And Unity's Ruby Tarr playing for Western Illinois with the softball game tonight at 5. As we say, go Illini, and the Illini baseball team in action against ISU at 6 tonight.
All right, go see a ball game with Danny Hartley's fine baseball team. Hey, okay, so I got nothing on listening to Derek Piper and trying to keep up on Portal. Jake Davis is coming back.
Okay.
Okay, then. All right, then. Now we go. Nobody would bet money on Kylan Boswell, even though he said he's not transferring. We don't know what kind of professional deal he can make.
Right, but this is his hometown. He's got to stay.
I think he's staying if he's in college.
Right.
But if he's getting like Europe money or a contract that is significant. But other than that, nobody has any clue, except we're looking for new people. Apparently, Thomas Isavich's brother from Arkansas is in the portal. I don't know. He's not as good as Thomas. But do you take a brother to keep a brother?
Right.
I might.
Okay.
Hey, you want your twin? Okay, we got a spot. Here is your weather this morning, brought to you by Carl.
Carl reminds you they're always looking for new members of the team. If you're interested in healthcare and opportunities for growth, you can visit carl.org/careers.
Check your Fox Business Minute. Do that coming up. A little more on the local election here in just a moment as well. It is coming up on 7:19.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign and Memphis. Saturday, quiet day's worth of weather before an active and moisture-laden one gets going. Increasing clouds this afternoon after morning sunshine. More seasonal highs at 53. Light wind out of the northeast and east. Tonight, breezy, not as cool. Rain after midnight and a late night thunderstorm towards the dawn. Low down to 45. Increasing east-southeasterly wind. Windy, much warmer for the day tomorrow. Periods of showers and thunderstorms both morning, afternoon, and evening. With a southeast to south wind gusting 40 to 45 miles per hour up to 72. Heads up tomorrow afternoon, early tomorrow night. Enhanced risk of severe weather, level 3 out of 5. Lows tomorrow night down around 50. And for the day on Thursday, cloudiness, some cooler weather, a bit of rain early, more so in the afternoon up to 63. Scattered showers late Friday at 61. Heavy rainfall potential Friday night into Saturday with a high up to 54 there on Saturday. Then cooler weather sets up here for early next week. 55 on Sunday with a shower early. Sprinkles, maybe a snowflake come Tuesday morning. High temperatures in the 40s. For TVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Take charge of the years ahead with a smart, sound investment strategy and business succession plan. UC Bank's business and wealth management experts help you envision your best future with powerful insights and proven strategies. building business and growing wealth since 1868. Busey Bank, proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Stuart Varney, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Tesla shares are higher, up 2%. It releases quarterly sales numbers tomorrow, and analysts believe sales increased globally. Tesla sales in France and Sweden slumped in March to the lowest levels in 4 years. Tesla has been seeing pushback in Europe against CEO Elon Musk. However, the carmaker has other challenges in Europe, where it has a smaller, aging lineup and is facing competition from newer, cheaper electric cars made by Chinese automakers. One of those competitors is now dealing with serious concerns about its advanced driver assistance system. Xiaomi shares are slumping following a fatal accident that killed 3 people in China. Stock futures are lower as investors wait for specifics on tariffs. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola. Invested in you.
From around the world, Trey Yingst, joining us from Tel Aviv, Israel.
To Washington.
I'm Mike Emanuel.
To your own backyard. If a story impacts you or your wallet, we're on it. It's the Fox News Rundown. We give every story the deeper look it deserves with must-listen interviews and smart analysis from the voices you can trust. Start your day with the Fox News Rundown. Listen and follow now at foxnewsrundown.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
Well, in a recent 5-star Google review for Nate Evans' group, Jeremiah says that he had a 5-star experience with the team. Nate Evans' group was very impressed with the team's knowledge of the market and how to sell houses, and how they were always there to answer any of his questions throughout the process.
Yeah, and especially like farm, land, all the insights or the new developments that are coming up and the partnerships that they have with some of the construction workers. In fact, that's where Nate Evans started. You could look at that secret list of homes that will soon be on the market. There's just so much knowledge coming out of the team at Nate Evans, of the Nate Evans Group with eXp Realty. If you need an immediate cash offer on your home, there's flexible fees. Sell your home for the most money possible and jump into the new home that's the perfect fit for this next chapter of life. A friend you can trust in the business. Call the only agent I would call if I needed to sell my home. It's Nate Evans, 217-239-7113, or simple online search to Nate Evans Group to start packing.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to theNateEvansGroup.com.
We're back. We have Paul Reekin from Dick Van Dyke Appliance World on the air. Paul, what makes buying an appliance at Dick Van Dyke so special?
Well, Chris, it all starts with our service department. We have an in-house service team that's second to none. And Chris, is that a dog in the background?
Max, keep it down. Have a snack, buddy. Go ahead, Paul.
With our in-house service team, we have our free 10-year protection plan included on most appliance purchases.
Paul, sorry. Let me close the window here.
Should we start over? Or?
Nope, we are on the air.
All right, so with our free protection plan, we also give you a lifetime discount on the service call even after the 10 years runs out.
Hey, cut it out for a second. Sorry, Paul, I have a basement remodel going on. Did you say a service call discount for the life of the appliance? Uninterrupted discounted service?
Uninterrupted discounted service.
For the life of the appliance. Uninterrupted, huh? I like that.
No interruptions. The kind of service that makes Dad say, wow.
Big Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
I'm John Phillips, running for City of Champaign Township Supervisor, and I need your vote today. Township plays a crucial role in the managing of the budget and allocating funds to support the well-being of all residents, especially the most vulnerable. The unhoused community in Champaign is a complex problem and requires a complex solution from a strong leader. Downtown Champaign is facing increasing challenges due to the unhoused crisis. Businesses are leaving, storefronts sit empty, and public safety concerns grow. The current approach isn't working. I will work to develop sustainable solutions that provide care and stability for the unhoused while ensuring downtown remains a vibrant place to live, work, and visit. I love Champaign, and I am committed to making changes for the better. Give me the opportunity to lead us in the right direction. Please vote for me, John Phillips, for City of Champaign Township Supervisor. Leadership you can see, presence you will feel. Visit voteforjohnphillips.com. Early voting is happening now.
Paid for by Friends of John Phillips.
Yeah, you can go vote for John Phillips today. It's
voting
election
today.
day. Yeah,
exactly.
This is it.
Until 7 o'clock tonight.
All right.
All the polls are open. Make your voice heard.
I hate to get into ageism because I think a lot of our Congress, Senate, and House are too old. So is that discriminating against age? Maybe.
When is it too old to be a radio broadcaster?
I mean, yeah, we get age out as well, but the quality should be in what you are. In Senate and Congress, do we have the best people? I mean, maybe. I don't think so. I think there's some 45-year-old out there that's amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think the same in journalism. Leslie Stahl, 60 Minutes. She's 83. I'm sorry, but when you ask a former hostage of Hamas, are you sure they starved you, or did they not have enough food? How embarrassing.
The terrorists became very mean and very cruel and violent.
More so.
Much more so. They were beating me and starving me.
Do you think they starved you or they just didn't have food?
No, I think they starved me, and they would often eat in front of me.
Well, they beat him. They starved him, and she asked 60 Minutes.
Wow.
She asks, well, maybe they didn't have enough food. Are you kidding me?
She started as a producer in 1971.
I thought it was 1908. I mean, enough, Leslie. Enough.
Right. And there's just so much lean in today's quote-unquote journalist.
It's not lean. It's diving left.
I know.
To sympathize with a hostage taker of Hamas who murdered and raped and brutally killed babies. No. It's ridiculous. Leslie, a couple things. Retire. That's all I've got for you.
Yeah.
Walk out. Leave. I'd say do one more good piece, but you haven't done a good piece in quite a while. Got in a good argument with Donald Trump about all that stuff. That was played a lot. Well, this one's all over the place, and it's stunning to me. Just stunning. I did pass by the courthouse.
Okay.
I did see the 11 protesters there. They might have had 20. I don't know. It's just like another language. You're all speaking Mandarin. I don't understand. Have you really dug into what they're doing? They're not cutting Medicaid. They're not cutting Medicare. They're not cutting Social Security. They found how many wasteful checks are going out? Millions. To where? There's over 1 million illegal immigrants getting checks. We have emboldened millions from the Joe Biden administration to allow people to vote, and they're voting. They can't vote if they're not a citizen of the country.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just okay. I guess we're in an age of pick the laws you believe in. Pick the laws you want to follow. That's how we want to do it.
Well, and I know there's been some pushback on the Department of Education, which Jimmy Carter created?
1979. Please tell me what the Department of Education does. We're talking about transferring the money to local control. What's wrong with that? What has the Department of Education done so incredibly well that we can't live without another bureaucracy? Okay, I got a break for the news. Dr. Susan Mantell, grab that microphone. Nice to see you. She's the head of the Republican Party in Champaign County.
All bright-eyed and bushy-tailed on Election Day.
Am I falsely going off the deep end here?
No, absolutely not.
Is it not most ridiculous thing? Some of the common sense is not. We don't have any. That side doesn't have any.
It's a parallel universe.
It really is.
Yes.
When they're screaming about how evil Musk is and then they're blowing up his Teslas. He goes and saves astronauts that the U.S. couldn't do.
Well, and last year at this time, it was, all green and buy all these electric vehicles, right?
They're just so inconsistent and hypocritical. The far left has just lost it. And listen, we'll see what happens with Wisconsin. This whole Supreme Court battle, it spent $90 million on a Supreme Court justice race because if the conservative wins, you control all the gerrymandering that's going to go on for the voting, the districts. If the leftist liberal that doesn't sentence people to harsh penalties for sexual child abuse, you picked out 2 of my cases. I followed the law. She's a whacked out liberal, left-handed. Wow. Anyway, in Wisconsin, that's kind of a big thing, and early voting leans her way. We'll see where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Are people truly happy with Donald Trump, or are they going to do what he says and keep the common sense going? I don't know.
Listen to the show on X, Stevie JAY FM, and online we're at StevieJAY.com.
All right, you can go vote today. Your vote might count for 10 more than normal, which has to be pretty powerful, I would think.
Yeah, they're hoping for 25 to 30%.
Oh, no, zero chance. Maybe. I'm salty after the last story.
Okay.
So. All right, we'll be right back. We'll break for the news. Come back with Dr. Susan Mantell. She knows everything in this county.
Yes.
Everything. Talk about that next. It's ESPN 93.5. Hey, it's April. It's April 1. Congratulations. You made it. Made it to the 4th month.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump not announcing numbers yet, but says he's settled on a plan for the broad-based worldwide tariffs to take effect tomorrow.
Whatever they charge us, we charge them, but we're being nicer than they were. We have a lot of countries, friend and foe. I always say friend and foe, but the friend in many cases is worse than the foe. They took advantage of us.
The Washington Post reports Trump aides are writing up a proposal for tariffs of around 20% on most imports to the U.S. The Trump administration's anti-Semitism task force is reviewing grants and federal contracts for Harvard University.
Education Secretary Linda McMahon says Harvard's reputation is in serious jeopardy because of the prevalence of anti-Semitism on campus. Harvard President Alan Garber called anti-Semitism the most insidious form of bigotry. He says a loss of funding would halt life-saving research at the university.
Fox's Sue Guzman. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Urbana police warning residents about a recent phone scam. Community member reporting receiving multiple phone calls from someone falsely claiming to be with the Urbana police. The scammer requesting personal information and claimed the residents' bank accounts were compromised. Caller then threatened arrest. Building owned by Illinois Foundation Seeds brought to the ground with debris scattered several yards. An employee says the building was used for storage. Sunday, however, it turned into a scene of downed power lines and exposed structure. Sheet metal blew in the winds as pieces hung by singular wires. Researchers estimate there's around 650,000 job openings in trades. Saturday in Savoy, people graduated from a first-of-its-kind class in central Illinois to fill the jobs. Training began in January and targeted people with financial hardships from underrepresented communities. Pre-apprentices were paid to complete 16 hours a week of training. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Invest in yourself with free rewards checking from Fisher National Bank. Instead of losing a little each month in fees, wouldn't it be nice to earn on your money? Switch to Fisher National. They offer excellent annual percentage yields with no minimum service fees or minimum balance. You can make 12 debit card purchases and receive electronic statements and have one direct deposit a month. It's as easy as that to maximize on your money with a bank ready to invest in you. Learn more at FisherNational.com. Fisher National Bank, exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
Fighting Illini fans, your Illinois football team is coming off a 10-win season as Citrus Bowl champs. This fall, Illinois returns 18 starters from the Citrus Bowl victory, including star quarterback Luke Altmaier for a third straight season. Led by head coach Brett Bielema, the Fighting Illini are listed on nearly every major top 25 ranking for the 2025 season. Stay up to date on all things Fighting Illini football at fightingillini.com. We can't wait to see you back in Memorial Stadium this fall.
Check your weather, brought to you by Kramer Siding and Window.
Kramer Siding and Window, your premier provider for home improvements, especially when it comes to beautiful new windows or perhaps a new sunroom. Visit the showroom in Champaign or kramersiding.com.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois. Champaign and Memphis vicinity. Sunshine this morning, increasing clouds this afternoon. Light winds up to 53. Breezy night is cool tonight. Rain after midnight and a thunderstorm towards the dawn. 45 the low. Tomorrow, windy, much warmer. Periods of showers and thunderstorms both morning, afternoon, and evening. Enhanced risk of severe weather. Strong and severe thunderstorms are probable with a high temperature tomorrow at 72. That southeast to south wind gusting better than 40 miles per hour. Showers and thunderstorms, as mentioned earlier, tomorrow night could be heavy and severe, low down to 50. Cloudiness lingers for the day on Thursday. Cooler, a bit of rain early, more so in the afternoon, up to 63. Scattered showers back in late Friday at 61. Maybe a heavy rain event on top of everything between late Friday night and Saturday. Highs up to 54 there. Then a couple of showers early Sunday, a little spring sprinkle and snowflake come Monday. We turn colder into early next week. 55 Sunday. Daytime readings in the mid and upper 40s next Monday and Tuesday. We'll keep you up to date. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information including repair quotes and online scheduling requests available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window. New roofing and siding are a winning combination that can instantly change the look, feel, and function of your home. Our Kramer Siding and Window team takes pride in being an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred contractor, able to offer a best-in-the-business 50-year warranty. Pair it with preservation siding in your favorite style and color, and your home will be a showstopper. Start today and save 10% on roofing and 25% on siding. Call us, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
All right, election we did mention today. Find out where you go vote on the county clerk's website. Dr. Susan Mantell, how's it going, the leadership in the Republican Party of Champaign County?
It's going great. We're kind of in a rebuilding mode. We've had a very strong showing at the last election, and we're looking at the data to see where we can make improvements. We utilize a company called Surus, so we have a lot of information that's flowing in. It took quite a lot of time for Chicago to get their data to the state of Illinois, and so we're waiting for them to scrub through all that data so we know exactly what we need to do for the next election.
Has the county truly gone dark blue, or have the Republicans stopped voting?
It's a combination. We do have some areas where it is dark blue, but we have a lot of people that actually just don't get out and vote. And that's the numbers we need to look at, and we need to figure out how to get them out to vote.
So it's not like automatic blue, because you look at the map in the country, it's almost embarrassing that you look in Illinois and there's like 5 blue counties,
yes,
like 97 not blue. So we're looking at Chicago, Cook County, of course. That's the thing that swings the state. And then Champaign's just all blue. And with all blue leadership, I just the numbers can't be there. Why would you not vote?
Most people think that their vote doesn't count. And
well, maybe it does, and we can go scream at it. Scream them like the leftists would. Yeah! Sorry.
It actually, so especially today your vote counts more than anything, because in these local races like Champaign Township, City of Champaign Township, those races matter down to just even a few votes may swing it. So when you talk about what the goal is from what I can see from the Democrat Party is to get hold of your tax money. You know, they love to take our money and spend it in the ways that they want to spend it. And if you want that to not happen, you need to vote Republican. We've got a slate in Champaign Township with a lot of experience. If the Democrats get hold, they will take that tax money, they'll raise your taxes, and then spend it the way they want to.
I think that's happened before, that you're not just talking, that's true.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Our taxes are so high here. Property taxes, and we're split on wanting to support the homeless with strides, but yet why does it come out of property tax, and can't you find it somewhere else?
Well, and the reality is that, it's probably not being managed very well.
I want to know where $4 million go. Am I being mean and Elon Muskish to say, where's my $4 million going? I'd like an audit.
Exactly.
Is that unreasonable?
It is not unreasonable. And the county chose to keep the auditor, and yet they kept the same auditor. So
can we not get information about things like that?
We should be able to. There are ways to do it. And I would say if you're a data scientist and you want to start digging into it, that would be an awesome thing.
Okay, because it has to be public.
Most of it is public.
You don't have the freedom of information, do you?
Sometimes you do. Yes, sometimes you do. But there's a lot of information out there that is available, especially running the money down. You can look at the different ways that people are giving their money, and you can watch the events that they're holding and how much an individual's being paid to, say, give a talk about financial planning, even though you're not a financial planner, and you might get paid, say, $10,000.
That happens in my county, Susan?
Absolutely.
Well, then we ought to know about that. And if somebody can show me the numbers that are true, I'll read them. I'll just stand here and read them all day.
Yep, that sounds good.
I don't know. Okay, so
a lot of this is experience that you have on the Republican side versus someone coming into the job new, especially in that township supervisor role, right?
Absolutely. You will find if you were to ask the question of some of these individuals running, what is your experience? What is the job you're actually applying for? They have no idea.
Really?
They have no idea.
Well,
they were just recruited.
How much
to
does
run.
it pay?
Most of the time, it doesn't pay much, but it's
a few $1,000s is not heavy.
But it's the control. It's the
Right.
control over the tax money.
You're
and
voting for the
decision-making.
party, not the
You
experience.
just can't give me a township spot? Come on, man. You can't every single office, can they?
Well, so we're pretty good in most of the townships, but it's City of Champaign Township and then Champaign Township.
Okay.
Those two, the Democrats are running mostly full slates. There's a couple of positions they're not running people. Then we have St. Joe Ogden Township. They have an individual, actually St. Joe Township. They have a couple of trustees. There is a mayoral race in Rantoul. So we have a Republican running against a Democrat there. The key is getting out to vote.
Okay, right. Yeah.
Right here in Philo, we have Tommy Meharry, who's running against a person that ran Democrat.
And some of these still they don't have to declare, right? There's like Savoy, I don't think.
Some they do not.
Right.
I believe Tolono
I
is
feel like
nonpartisan.
Tolono's independent.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
On our mayoral race, we also have 5 trustees seats candidates running for the 3 that are available.
Yes.
Okay, so there you go. The message is, vote if you want. You're going to count just heavy. This is a big one vote. I mean, you literally could be talking about 10, 12 votes.
Yes, absolutely.
My
We're
goodness.
like, sometimes there's 10% turnout. I think the Urbana primary for mayor was decided it was 10,000 people voted. That's it.
The whole thing.
In the whole city. Yeah, 10,000 people. Now, that was obviously a primary with two Democrats running against each other. But one important thing that we've been told is that some of the information is on the back side of the ballots. So make sure that you check the back side of your ballot. Don't walk out without doing that. Also, if you have any issues or you see something, please bring them to the attention of either myself or one of your elected representatives. We have had missing information on ballots. I know for sure there was a school board. It said vote for 1, and it was really supposed to be vote for 2. I think that was corrected early on. Some of these things are just sloppy errors, but if you notice that, don't just turn your ballot in. Bring that to someone's attention, because you can do an affidavit. We can send a complaint to the State Board of Elections, and we'll be putting that on our website, how to contact them.
Now, the school board, for instance, is something where a lot of people are interested, but they don't know where to start. Is the League of Women Voters, do they have a pretty good website and information?
They generally have information, but again, I think you need to really do some digging. You need to look. Again, that's a nonpartisan, but I can tell you one of the big issues in the Unit 4 school board is this superintendent. So you've got the side of the current Democrats in power want to keep that superintendent, although I believe she's been there 4 years and there's been no evidence of any improvement. In fact, things have gone downhill. So my recommendation, because we don't endorse school board candidates, but my recommendation would be that you choose someone that is willing to take a stand and make a change. And we know that there are several candidates willing to do that, specifically, Christy Arnold. I know that Roselle Bassell is also willing to make that change. So you need to take a look at that and vote for someone that's going to actually have the spine to stand up.
Well, Unit 4 has been dysfunctional as a body. I mean, it's just ineffective. They can't do anything because they're so divided. Now, it could change with this election.
It absolutely could change.
Okay. Dr. Susan Mantell, how can people connect with you and the party?
So champaign.gop, that's where we put all of our events. We have lots of events. We have our Lincoln Day dinner coming up on May 3rd. That's going to be here
Just
at...
had that last week, didn't we? A whole year's gone by.
Yeah,
there was a lot of energy in your room last year. I thought it was really
and
great.
We're actually having it at the Franks Center this year.
Here?
Yes, we are. We have a speaker, Ted Dabrowski from WirePoints, who is going to be speaking. WirePoints is an awesome site to get information on what's happening across the state. And we'll have more information going out with that. If you want to be involved, help, contribute, that would be awesome. We also have a clay shoot in June, and then we have a golf outing in August, and we'll be involved in a lot of other activities, the Rotary Business Expo, parades, anyone that wants to get involved. And if you happen to be an old school Democrat and you're just tired of your progressive party, come on over. We have an open tent.
There you go.
Dr. Susan Mantell, who retired from the Army after, 40 years?
40 years, yes.
Wow.
Thank you for your service.
40 years. And
Thank you for the support.
Doctor and now wanted to get in politics. What the heck are you thinking?
Got to keep busy. Whatever God tells me to do, I try to do it.
Well, we need you. So thank you. Thank you for
getting
involved.
And the website for, is it Champaign GOP?
Champaign.gop.
Okay.
Susan, nice to see you. Thank you for coming out.
Great to see you too. Thank you.
You bet. Go out and vote. ESPN 93.5.
The Redbird Recap is sponsored by Helitech Waterproofing and Foundation Repair. Heal your home with Helitech.
With Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney, and last night at Busch Stadium, the Cardinals lost for the first time in 2025, losing 5-4 in 10 innings. Walks did the Cardinals in, and they weren't as productive with runners in scoring position.
The Angels didn't have a lot of hits, but they did take advantage of those walks. The Cardinals couldn't come up with a big hit. They did have some really good at-bats, some good moments. The pitching was decent, but unfortunately the Cardinals dropped their first game of 2025.
Jojo Romero walked 2 and was the losing pitcher, one of those, an intentional walk. The Angels did a good job of getting the ball in the air with a runner at third and less than 2 out.
Mike Trout, a couple of sacrifice flies for the Angels, and the Cardinals just couldn't quite get it done in the bottom of the 10th.
And it was Ryan Johnson picking up the save, his first in the big leagues, with Romero taking the loss, and Brock Burke was the winner. It's the Cardinals and the Angels tonight. It's Matthew Liberatore against Kyle Hendricks on the air at 5:50.
Is your home showing symptoms of foundation issues? Your home's wet basement, dingy crawl space, musty smells, cracked walls, or unlevel concrete shouldn't be ignored. Helitech can help. Life happens in your home. You and your family deserve the best. Helitech offers proven solutions in waterproofing, drainage, concrete leveling, and foundation repair services. Contact us for a free inspection at helitechonline.com.
When the water's high, we'll keep your basement dry. Heal your home with Helitech.
All right, the rest of our sports headlines. Cubs had a big win.
Yes, they did. 18-3. I asked you off the air, are they using some of those torpedo bats?
You know, again, I'm assessing what that is. What they did is they made the trademark area of the bat is now hardwood. So if you hit on the trademark, usually it's nothing. The bat breaks, you don't hit the ball very well. They put hardwood in there, so if you hit it, you mishit it essentially, it still could be good. Now, we had L.A. De La Cruz and Cincinnati last night have 7 RBIs, 2 home runs. He has a torpedo bat. He's doing that anyway. Aaron Judge has 8 home runs early in the season. He's using his normal bat.
Okay.
So I think the key is kind of like steroids. The fly ball's out at the warning track. A guy on steroids can get it 10 more feet.
Right, but you still have to have the skill.
You still have to be really good, but I can't wait to talk to my son-in-law, Jacob, about torpedo bats. The Cincinnati Reds are starting to use them. I don't know if he's going to do it or not, but I don't know, okay? I just know there's a lot of hits.
That's right.
And the fans like the hits.
LA Angels beat the St. Louis Cardinals 5-4 in 10 innings, so they've got a game here on ESPN 93.5 using... Kyle Hendricks is on the mound for the Angels against Matthew Liberatore, and Justin Steele for the Cubs. You'll hear that action over on US 105.9. White Sox blank Minnesota 9-0. And we have softball in action against Western Illinois at 5 o'clock at Eichelberger Field. Also activity at 6 o'clock when Illinois baseball team faces ISU. It looks like number 10 seed Illini Golf, second after day one at the Memphis Intercollegiate. They'll have another round at 8:30 today.
All right, we check your weather brought to you by Busey for over 155 years. Member FDIC.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign and Memphis Saturday, quiet day's worth of weather before an active and moisture-laden one gets going. Increasing clouds this afternoon after morning sunshine. More seasonal highs at 53. Light wind out of the northeast and east. Tonight breezy, not as cool. Rain after midnight and a late night thunderstorm towards the dawn, low down to 45. Increasing east-southeasterly wind, windy, much warmer for the day tomorrow. Periods of showers and thunderstorms both morning, afternoon, and evening, with a southeast to south wind gusting 40 to 45 miles per hour up to 72. Heads up tomorrow afternoon, early tomorrow night. Enhanced risk of severe weather, level 3 out of 5. Lows tomorrow night down around 50. And for the day on Thursday, cloudiness, some cooler weather, a bit of rain early, more so in the afternoon up to 63. Scattered showers late Friday at 61. Heavy rainfall potential Friday night into Saturday with a high up to 54 there on Saturday. Then cooler weather sets up here for early next week. 55 on Sunday with a shower early. Sprinkles, maybe a snowflake come Tuesday morning. High temperatures in the 40s. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Stevie J here. With Nate Evans of eXp Realty, you'll always get a stress-free sale for the most money.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to theNateEvansGroup.com.
This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. Unfortunately, there is not a one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is that we can help improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Well, we like talking doggies and cats every week with Dr. Todd Likens, a pet pro, Madison Kirby in Champaign, a veterinarian. So this is kind of puppy and kitty season, isn't it, sir?
It sure is. I think I had, 3, 4, 5 new pets yesterday. It was kind of crazy. All work seems to stop when a new baby comes in the clinic. Everybody has to come in and ooh and ah a little bit. So
they're so cute, but even as cute as they are, don't give away anything as a present.
Right.
What a mistake.
Families might not be ready for that.
Well, they're just a huge decision to do anything with a dog or cat.
Yeah, it is. It's a commitment for life, and it's a big commitment, and that's why we still have all our breeding dogs. A lot of these guys are our kids, so they're here. We still got a big family.
Yeah, well, it's a herd, I believe. I don't know what is the terminology for herd, over 10? Anyway,
we fit it, whatever it is. Saw an interesting one the other day. You guys ought to look up European Mancoon cat.
Uh-oh.
I saw a kitten that's 4 months old that already weighs 9 pounds. That's how big this guy's going to be.
Where does one buy a Mancoon cat?
He bought it from Russia.
And they put him on a little airplane and fly him over here?
Yep. Yeah, he was flown from Russia. He had to fly to Turkey, and then from Turkey to Chicago.
And so how big would the cat get, Dr. Todd?
He didn't. He wasn't sure. It's like,
okay.
We see pictures of them online. They're huge.
Hi, welcome to my cat. His name is Clifford. What do you mean you're not sure? That's a bad answer.
I mean, I have not seen a European Mancoon before, so it's something new for me. The features are very exaggerated, very pointed ears. It's pretty incredible. I'll have to send you guys a picture later of it.
Yeah, okay. So, I can go to see Randy at Curtis Apple Orchard and he'll probably give me one. So
there you go.
I don't think I need a Russian cat. That's all I need.
Hey, speaking of barred cats and things like that, I noticed the other day that there was one with a docked ear. That means it's probably spayed or neutered, isn't it, Dr. Todd?
Correct. They do catch and release for these really feral cats, and they'll clip the top of the ear so they can tell that one's already been neutered. Mm-hmm. It's a population control type thing. But it's an easy ID that way. I've got 2 feral cats out here I've been trying to tame for probably 2 years now. I still can't get close to them. But that one of them's got the docked ear, so I know that one's been done already.
Mm-hmm. So many pet videos online. I know you see a lot of them, but the ones where they actually eat something or break a bag open and And you look at him, the Denver video.
Oh, yeah.
Denver, did you do this? And
Right.
he shows his teeth and kind of shrinks in the corner.
Where they're feeling guilty.
I mean, it's amazing. Do any of your dogs do that if they get caught doing something?
Oh yeah, there's a lot. We can have a lot of guilty faces. Problem is if they make any noise, we know who they are just by their voices. We got them ID'd.
So funny. All right, how can people connect with Dr. Todd Lykin?
Hey, we like the texting 217-355-5051. Several hundred texts a day at least. I don't know how many anymore. It's. I think Taylor worked hard at it from 6 yesterday, and still by noon she was still 10 texts behind. It's crazy.
So it happens when you're a radio star, Todd. When you're a radio star, people come. That's it.
Yeah, I got cats coming from Russia, and people texting like crazy.
Did I hear
Oh, there's the herd.
I heard Buford. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that medicine time. They're getting excited about treats.
Okay.
Gotcha. Because you do, I thought it was Wednesday bones, no?
Say what?
You do bones on Wednesday, I thought, those big rawhides.
Oh, yeah, well, no, I'm at home, so this is morning.
Okay.
You know, that's that picture where they all gather around Gina.
Yeah, no, I know. It's stunning. Stunning.
Yeah.
Stunning picture. Todd, thanks for your time.
All right, see you guys.
Dr. Todd Lykin's the pet pro, Madison Kirby in Champaign. All right, 355-5051. Okay, so I'm going to go vote in Philo.
That's right.
So I can vote anywhere. You can vote anywhere.
Pretty much.
I can go to Tolono and vote.
You can.
Just give me. Of course, I don't need a voter ID, so they.
I know.
I don't get that.
But they look you up. You say who you are.
Right, but if I go to another town and just say a name that my friend's not going to vote, but I know that's illegal. But why don't we have voter ID? I don't get it. All right, so I'm going to go to next door. I'm going to do that right after the show.
Why not?
Yeah, I want to vote.
You can vote until 7 o'clock today.
7? Mm-hmm. Okay, but go vote. If it's that danged easy, what's our excuse?
Exactly.
And, spend 5 minutes looking it up. And so you kind of know who you
do
want
an
to vote
online
for.
search so you're ready when you're making those choices on your ballot.
And then it'll say vote for 2 or 3 or whatever the case might be, or 1.
That's right.
All right. But vote. It feels good to vote because you're really participating. But they had 10% in the primary in Urbana, 10.
Mm-hmm.
So your vote would count for a lot more.
That's right.
Today. So be a kingmaker. Let's go.
There we go.
News is coming up next. We're going to celebrate law enforcement. We do that every month here.
Yes.
Stevie J Broadcasting supports the police, flat out, no compromise, and I don't care.
Absolutely.
What you say. I'm sorry. I'm salty. A little salty again today. I don't exactly understand why. I think I got going on the Leslie Stahl thing, calling herself a journalist, asking a hostage from Hamas if they really starved him. Or was they just out of food, huh? What are you talking about,
I don't know, Steve.
It reminds me of that jury I accidentally got on when the guy beat the crap out of the woman on video. And the closing argument was, they say it was brutal. Was it really that brutal? And you're going, okay, that's all you got. Guilty. Okay, I'm going to be better in the next hour. Stand by. Less saltiness on the way.
I'm John Phillips, running for City of Champaign Township Supervisor, and I need your vote today. Township plays a crucial role in the managing of the budget and allocating funds to support the well-being of all residents, especially the most vulnerable. The unhoused community in Champaign is a complex problem and requires a complex solution from a strong leader. Downtown Champaign is facing increasing challenges due to the unhoused crisis. Businesses are leaving, storefronts sit empty, and public safety concerns grow. The current approach isn't working. I will work to develop sustainable solutions that provide care and stability for the unhoused while ensuring downtown remains a vibrant place to live, work, and visit. I love Champaign, and I am committed to making changes for the better. Give me the opportunity to lead us in the right direction. Please vote for me, John Phillips, for City of Champaign Township Supervisor. Leadership you can see, presence you will feel. Visit voteforjohnphillips.com. Early voting is happening now.
Paid for by Friends of John Phillips.
You've set your financial goals. One kid plans to go Big Ten, the other Ivy. Your bucket list includes seaside sunrises and sunsets on the slopes, or perhaps a second home away from it all. Busey Bank can help develop the right investment strategy to take charge of the years ahead. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
At Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people with amazing service, great design advice, and unbeatable selection and the best prices in town. It's the perfect time to update your home with waterproof flooring, carpet, hardwood, tile, and more. Then complete your rooms by shopping our incredible selection of furniture and accessories. We also offer great financing options. Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them, the right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana. It's 8 o'clock.
They're still working out who to charge and how much. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. In the hours before what President Trump calls Liberation Day tomorrow.
In a sense, it's a rebirth of a country because how we could have afforded to do what we did, we help everybody, and they don't help us.
He's going to impose reciprocal tariffs on more imports on countries that charge for American exports.
There are still some key details that we don't know, including how many countries will be affected, what type of tariffs will be imposed. Will it be a universal tariff or individual tariff rates for each country? The president is also betting tariffs will eventually pay off for the American worker because they say companies will be incentivized to build their products in the U.S.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera. But on Wall Street, stock futures are falling again before April's trading after a big March sell-off on worry about tariffs leading to inflation. The Nasdaq went down 8%.
They don't want to see.
Now, when it comes to the Senate, Democrats continue their resistance. Last night and all this morning, Cory Booker, a Democrat, on the floor talking, railing against the Trump agenda.
I ask everybody to understand this is not a normal moment in America. This is a crossroads moment in America.
As the cutbacks continue, layoff notices going out today to the first to 10,000 federal workers that will be let go of the Department of Health and Human Services. Voters are going to the polls in 2 states. 2 vacant House seats up for grabs in Florida. Democrats trying to flip both to shrink the Republican House majority, but both districts have been GOP strongholds. In Wisconsin, a state Supreme Court seat's on the ballot. Susan Crawford trying to win it to keep the court liberal-leaning.
They don't want to see some outsider, some billionaire come in and try to buy a seat on the Wisconsin Supreme Court, which is, what Elon Musk is trying to do.
The conservative Brad Schimmel, who's hoping to win and shift the court balance to the right, tells Fox,
"This is gross. They're just doing all this to try to distract from what's happening on their side. They are now the party of the big money elite."
About $100 million spent by both sides in the race. America's listening to Fox News.
Whether you're tinkering in your garage or tackling big projects, if you know the value of working with your hands, you know Harbor Freight. And you can be confident knowing that at Harbor Freight, you can get quality tools at prices that work just as hard as you do. Because the only thing more satisfying than a job well done is a job well done, well under budget. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight.
It's tax season. By now, we're all a bit tired of numbers, but here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number, $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed. Save up to 40% in your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
They found another earthquake survivor in Burma, a woman trapped under the rubble for 91 hours, but hopes for hundreds still missing, fading. The number of deaths in Burma now tops 2,700. 21 more people killed in a building collapse in Bangkok, Thailand. That earthquake, a powerful 7.7 magnitude, also did damage in China, which is once again flexing its military muscle near Taiwan.
A Chinese army spokesman says Navy, air, ground and rocket forces are carrying out joint exercises, describing them as a severe and forceful containment of Taiwan's independence ambitions. Most Taiwanese enjoy their unofficial independence and their democratic rule. China says it will one day be reunited with the island. Analysts say the drills are meant to demonstrate China's ability to encircle and blockade Taiwan. At the weekend, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced an upgrade to U.S. military forces in Japan in response to China's perceived threat. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
Now an update on the death of actor Gene Hackman, who died at his home in New Mexico days after his wife died there.
The estate of Gene Hackman is getting to keep images of Hackman and Betsy Arakawa out of the public's view. New Mexico Judge Matthew Wilson explains in his ruling.
Any photographic or visual depiction of the deceased bodies of Mr. Gene Hackman or Miss Betsy Arakawa Hackman in any format whatsoever.
However, autopsy results and images of the couple's home and animals will be released. The MIT's ruling comes from the Santa Fe judge, and it follows the release of the initial autopsy details. Kurt Summer arguing for the Hackman estate that the couple's names, likenesses, and images are valuable. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
The women's college basketball Final Four is set. Texas and Connecticut won last night, joining South Carolina and UCLA. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. An all-night auction is underway for unclaimed property in Illinois. The state treasurer says that auction is going to run through April the 6th. Items being auctioned include an 18-karat yellow gold chain link bracelet, as well as a baseball card with a piece of Joe DiMaggio's bat. How about that? Again, the auction is taking place for the state of Illinois' unclaimed property. Governor Pritzker leading a trade mission to Mexico. It'll last through tomorrow. A delegation meeting with Mexican counterparts to discuss enhancing collaboration in key sectors like agriculture and food processing, finance, and manufacturing. Through the mission, Illinois is seeking to strengthen its long-standing partnership with Mexico. Cleanups underway after storms hitting central Illinois. Severe weather went through the region, leaving thousands of people without power on Sunday. High winds caused damage in Champaign County, amongst other counties. There haven't been any confirmed reports of tornadoes. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
I mean, heck, yesterday, Solye, you were talking about 70-mile-an-hour winds at Willard, and here we are. Tomorrow could be a duplicate of Sunday. I don't want to do that. So now what?
No, and actually, there's a second system here. If you add up just the rain itself, and there will be some significant downpours with these probably 2 or 3 lines that come on through, and there's just a general organized rain. Map models a little bit out to lunch, but not far off. 1 to 3, some spots from here on south road, 3 to 6 inches over the next 5 to 7 days, just alone in the rainfall department. So I like that.
All right.
Now, by the way, there were 90 mile an hour winds at Jackson, Michigan, from that squall line that came on through. 68 to 70 miles per hour around here. Benton Harbor, Michigan, close to 80 miles per hour. All that kind of accelerated off Lake Michigan. But same setup from snow to the north and severe weather here on southward.
But we got a guy to figure it all out with the maps. Watts Copy Systems. They offer cost-efficient solutions for busy offices. If you'd like a free evaluation, call them at 217-352-0428. Weather brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
Their Health and Wellness Center is now open. It's time to start planning for summer camps, and there's opportunities for hires on camp counselors or lifeguards. Learn more, urbanaparks.org.
All right, meteorologist Greg Solye. All right, guide me through tomorrow and see what we got, sir.
Nothing today. The sun is out. The wispy cirrus to the north and west of us. We've got 31 degrees out there. And later on today, a seasonal day's worth of weather. Normal high 56 will be about 53 this afternoon. By the end part of the month, by the way, the average high at 68. We'll get sunrise a little before 6 in the morning. But tonight, some rain will break out after midnight. Docile stuff. Overnight readings tonight on an increasing wind. There'll be some general wind issues as well. Apart and away from any thunderstorm activity. Lows tonight down at 45 on the east-southeast wind that picks up and it shifts into the south and southwest at 20 to 30, gust 45 to 50 miles per hour. That's just the circulation itself. Then a couple of rounds of showers and thunderstorms, probably a weakening batch scattered early morning, a couple of stronger storms in spots late morning, and in the afternoon into the evening between the usual 2 and 3 in the morning to maybe 7 or 8 in the evening, a 1 or 2 bang shot at showers and thunderstorms, probably probably heavy and severe with, again, some high wind, possibility of some tornado activity. And, of course, weather watches and warnings were in the Category 3 of 5, enhanced risk. So much like we had here on Sunday. Tomorrow up to 72, 50 tomorrow night, and then some lingering rain chances early and more likely late in the day on Thursday at 63. Then kind of a boundary subset just to our south. Jet stream winds will blow along it. A couple of weaker disturbances, and the scattered showers of late Friday build into some organized, maybe some heavy rainfall between late Friday night and Saturday. Highs up to about 61 Friday, 54 Saturday, 55 on Sunday, lingering shower chance. And the last of the system, I haven't not brave enough to put it in yet, may have some snow with it, not too far north and west of us Monday morning. We've got flurries and sprinkles on the forecast, and a colder but drier weather pattern gets up next week. Monday, Tuesday highs in the upper 40s. For Stevie J Broadcasting in Beatrice, Greg Solgay.
Well, thank you, sir. We appreciate it. ESPN 93.5. Every month we honor police. Today, Urbana Police Officer of the Month. He's actually our Stevie J broadcaster. He's actually our Stevie J Broadcasting Law Enforcement Official of the Month. His name is Officer Christian Wade from Urbana. Christian, nice to see you. Congratulations. Nice to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Way to go.
Thank you.
So, you know, he's
like, what did I do?
It's great. Why this? I mean, it's not the easiest profession. How come you chose law enforcement?
I've got an uncle who deputy chief in Rantoul for 30 years. And then I've got a cousin who was a state trooper for the past 8 years as well.
So you're around it.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
what was it about? Did they not tell you that right now in the last decade it's been kind of rough on police, unfairly?
Yeah. Been tough, but they've got a lot of really cool stories, and it interests me a lot.
All right. So at the end of the day, how tired are you?
Very.
Yeah.
I've also got 2 kids too. So
how old are your kids?
My daughter will be 8 months and 3 days, and my son will be 5 on the 11th.
And fully supportive. Everybody and your wife. Everybody's happy.
Wife and I wouldn't be able to do the job if I didn't have them.
Yeah.
Great.
And so when you get all your stuff on, bulletproof vest, all that. I mean, kids must think it's somewhat cool.
Oh, my son loves it.
That's great.
Tells me every day he's going to be a police officer when he grows up.
Well, that's good. All right. Well,
are you nervous about that, though, Christian?
I mean, nervous about that? Kids want to do it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. He's not quite old enough to understand.
Yeah.
He just kind of, sees something on TV or something. He thinks that's what it is. But
right.
Yeah, not quite old enough to understand everything that goes into it yet.
So you did some gun recovery. What's that about?
Something that I think is very important, and I've gotten okay at, I guess you could say, just getting these illegal guns off the streets that are being used in these homicides that we're seeing in Champaign County.
Where do you start on something like that? Knock on that house? Knock on that?
No, so a lot of it's behavior that you notice when you're working on the street, as long as you're paying attention to it.
You can tell when somebody's carrying?
Well, not necessarily. Sometimes.
You can.
Sometimes.
You have a sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, somebody has a pistol in their waistband and it's not in a holster. Fully loaded pistol is kind of heavy. They kind of grab at it quite a bit because
just out of their habits.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, man, Urbana and guns and shootings and homicide. What the world are we in? This is Urbana.
Yeah. It's this year's been rough already. We're hoping that that's not a trend for the rest of the year.
Do you know where it's coming from?
So we see a lot of the guns that we're finding, but a lot of times kids are breaking into cars and they're finding guns in cars, or they're being brought in from other states. This is very common.
Okay. So you always have to be on the guard. I mean, you can't have your adrenaline peak all the time, but you got to be really alert.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's all part of it, and you're fine with that.
I enjoy it.
Okay. Listen, we appreciate it because I've said this to a lot of officers. I went to the Alias and did a little training. It was the longest 12 hours of my life, but it was only 20 minutes. I had back sweat, and I think firstly I was shocked that the guy would say the F word at me. I said, "What are you doing?"
They're cussing at him.
I'm getting mad now.
Oh, yeah. We get cussed at every day. So.
And is it perplexing to you? To me, it's like without you, I'm supposed to get a gun and defend my backyard. I need you.
I appreciate that.
I don't want to have to do that.
Yeah.
I call 911 and you're dispatched and you come and save the day. That's how it works. Yeah. Listen, it just and then there'll be a bad incident, and then the bad part of our media goes nuts. And it's just not fair, and you guys have to take it.
Yeah, unfortunately, is part of it. Every day we try to build that stronger relationship with our community, and we do what we can. But unfortunately, it takes one person to mess up, and all of us are bad.
Yeah, that's right. All right, what about getting information? It's very difficult because the whole snitches get stitches stuff and all that. Yeah. How do you get their trust?
Well, that goes back into just showing them that you're just a human. And that you're genuinely there to help them and help their community, and you get them to see that, and they're more willing to work with you. If you get a group of officers, which I think we have in the city of Urbana, that genuinely want a safer community for our citizens, and that helps them build trust with us, and then they're more willing to give us some information.
Officer Christian Wade, Urbana Police Department, did your military experience help you in these stages of being a law enforcement officer?
I think it definitely helped me a little bit. It's definitely a different aspect. You go from that to serve, protect, be there for people on their worst days. It's a different aspect, I think, but I think it helped me quite a bit.
Discipline. I mean, in the Army, here's what you got to do, or else you follow
exactly.
orders.
Yeah.
I mean, you learn a lot being on time and all those things that have good things to it.
100%.
There's no question about it. So that's a really good thing to have in your background, and it's good. What about the department in general? They've had some shifts at the top, and everything ever settled in at the Urbana Police Department?
I've been here almost 3 years, and there's been a lot of movement, but one of the things that attracted me to Urbana was the camaraderie that we have. It's a family feel.
Enough people?
What's that?
Got enough people?
We've got a lot of people hired. A lot of people that are going through training right now.
A lot of training, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of psychological, physical, everything, right?
Absolutely.
Well, you got to know all that.
Yep, 100%.
Did you find that difficult, the training, or did you, because of the Army background, you were kind of okay with it?
I didn't think that the training was too bad. Honestly, I enjoyed it. I learned a lot of good stuff at the police academy there at the U of I, but I didn't find it super difficult.
There's no way to really train for instantaneous decisions.
No, and we do a lot of scenario-based training. The people that put that on do their best to make it as real as they can, but there's nothing that is going to get you ready for the actual real situations that we deal with on the street other than just experience.
Have you been in some of those yet where it's just like keyed up, we got dangerous situation, somebody with a weapon, all that stuff?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Oh, yeah. Well, don't say like every day.
Not every day, but yeah.
Enough to where you've been. Yeah. Thank you for doing this, because I couldn't do it.
Thank you.
No,
I'd
say, hey.
And your coworkers, and they support you. It's a pretty good team around you.
Oh, yeah. I've got
people
some
like
awesome
Michelle
coworkers.
and evidence.
Yeah. Every evidence tag I mess up, she lets me know about it. Well, she's awesome.
If you mess up the evidence, you mess up the case. You guys have, you have to get it right? To take it to court or anything else.
Yeah. Yep.
Because a flaw in the evidence messes up the whole thing, and you guys are out there catching the same bad guy 10 times.
Yeah. Well, she does a good job keeping us on track and helps out a lot.
Well, I'm happy that you do what you do, because you're obviously very good at it, to be nominated and put forward as the law enforcement official of the month. So thank you. And you've never done radio?
Never done radio.
Kind of comfortable now.
Yeah.
We wouldn't go that far.
Christian Wade Show.
That's right. If people want more information about Urbana Police, it's a simple online search away to get in touch with you guys, right?
Yeah. We just got an Instagram account as well.
Whoa.
We just started an Instagram page too.
Welcome to the 21st century.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hey, listen, go hug your kids and wife, and way to go serving and protecting and being there, so I don't have to try and be a police officer.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming in. Christian Wade is his name, Urbana Police, and does a great job out there serving and protecting, and loves what he does. That's just fantastic news, because Diane and I don't have to pretend to be police officers. Oh. All right, going to break for the news. We'll be back. Check Greg's weather one more time here before the half hour ends. ESPN 93.5. You can always text in on the Fisher National Bank text line. We do have some to get to. 217-359-2255. Do that shortly. Stand by. 8:18. You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow in Champaign-Urbana today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Why use Land's Underground Solutions? We have the team, the technology, the tools, and the most experienced team.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Quiet day's worth of weather before an active and moisture-laden one gets going. Increasing clouds this afternoon after morning sunshine. More seasonal highs at 53. Light wind out of the northeast and east. Tonight, breezy, not as cool. Rain after midnight and a late night thunderstorm towards the dawn. Low down to 45. Increasing east-southeasterly wind. Windy, much warmer for the day tomorrow. Periods of showers and thunderstorms both morning, afternoon, and evening. With a southeast to south wind gusting 40 to 45 miles per hour up to 72. Heads up tomorrow afternoon. Early tomorrow night, enhanced risk of severe weather, level 3 out of 5. Lows tomorrow night down around 50. And for the day on Thursday, cloudy days, some cooler weather, a bit of rain early, more so in the afternoon up to 63. Scattered showers late Friday at 61. Heavy rainfall potential Friday night into Saturday with a high up to 54 there on Saturday. Then cooler weather sets up here for early next week. 55 on Sunday with a shower early. Sprinkles, maybe a snowflake come Tuesday morning. High temperatures in the 40s.
I'm Charles Payne, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Volatility continues on Wall Street as investors anticipate the Trump administration's tariff announcement. UBS says it could take days for response to the tariffs. Mercedes-Benz executives say they have been building up inventories in the U.S. to get ahead of tariffs expected this week. Rocket, the mortgage company, is buying a major mortgage servicer, Mr. Cooper Group. Rocket recently revealed plans to buy real estate broker Redfin. PVH, the parent company of Calvin Klein and Tommy Hilfiger, is upbeat about this year and is buying back stock. Shares are up 16%. Chevron is selling 70% of its interest in East Texas gas assets. The buyer is TG Natural Resources. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola. Invested in you.
The world of business moves fast. Stay on top of it with the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday. Fox Business reporters, anchors, and hosts will bring you beneath the stock market speculation and boardroom drama to tell you about the biggest business stories of today. Whether you're on Main Street or Wall Street, Fox Business is invested in you.
Listen to the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday at foxbusinesspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Why use Land's Underground Solutions? We have the team, the technology, the tools, and the most experienced team in the industry.
Hi, it's Wes from Land's Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Our mission at Land's is to provide top-tier service, prioritize our customers with upfront pricing, and maintain exceptional communication. We assure you at Land's we will only recommend what you truly need, from regular maintenance on your home's mechanical systems with the Land's Comfort family to replacement of existing equipment. Now would be a great time to consider updating your HVAC system. Visit us at landsinc.com.
At F&B Wealth Management, it's not just about numbers, it's about people and communities. Hi, I'm Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank and F&B Wealth Management. Our team is united by a shared passion for helping you achieve your financial goals. We are equipped and eager to work together to craft personalized financial solutions just for you, including retirement planning, risk management through life insurance, long-term care insurance planning, and investment advisory services. Together, we will celebrate milestones, navigate life's transitions, and build a financial future that reflects your values. Experience the difference of a team that truly cares. Visit investwithfnb.com to learn more about dedicated advisors and start your journey toward a financial confidence today.
FNB Wealth Management is a division of Fisher National Bank. FNB securities are not insured by the FDIC, not a deposit or other obligation of or guaranteed by the depository institution. Subject to investment risks, including possible loss of the principal amount invested. Securities, insurance, and investment advisory services are offered through Midwestern Securities Trading Company, LLC, MSTC. Member FINRA, SIPC. MSTC and FNB are not affiliated.
FNB Wealth Management, supporting exceptional communities full of exceptional people.
Yepper, go vote today. You can go anywhere, I guess. I didn't even know that. I should know that. I'm going to vote here in Philo. Good news. Walk in, tell them who you are. I'll give them an ID because I have one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what does it mean when you pay $1,000 to go see Taylor Swift? Why would you have to pay $1,000?
Right.
Why?
It's crazy.
Okay.
Unless you're in on the first 3 minutes of ticket sales,
or unless
you get the face value.
Unless you're using AI to buy all the tickets.
Right.
Which they are.
Yep.
Oh, Donald Trump just banned that.
Right.
Donald Trump executive order number whatever it is, a lot. No more.
With Kid Rock present.
Yes, Kid Rock was there in the Oval Office, and here's what it's about.
Of course, sir. So this is an executive order, as you said, that deals with the ticket reselling business. For fans of live entertainment and for entertainers as well, the ticket reselling industry has become a huge issue. These people use bots and computer algorithms to buy up huge blocks of tickets and then jack up the price so that fans of live entertainers like Mr. Ritchie, I almost called him Mr. Rock, don't have access to concerts the way that they should. And when they do, it's at exorbitantly high prices. So what this executive order does, it charges the FTC and the Department of Justice with rigorously enforcing laws on the books in collaboration with state attorneys general that have power over consumer protection and other people who have the power to really crack down on this issue so that entertainers and fans won't be subject to these abusive and oftentimes illegal practices.
Good. Thank you very much.
All right, so I don't know what that means. I'm not sure. Maybe we don't have to pay $1,000 to see Taylor Swift who supported Kamala Harris. I don't know.
I don't know either.
It does sound like, I mean, this is going to throw a lot of people off balance. People that are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars buying all the tickets to the Wings concert or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I can't, that means the public can actually buy for face? Can I buy?
That would be amazing.
But if I'm a guy and I buy 20 tickets and I go to StubHub, I can still do that. But they're talking about massive amounts, like the Cincinnati Reds opening day. The ticket prices for way high was $189. Is that because the Reds fans bought them, or a bunch of people bought a bunch and resold?
Right.
I don't know. So what's StubHub and all these other Avid Seats? I don't know. Anyway,
SeatGeek and
all these people.
Right.
Does that affect
third party?
I think it affects them.
I think so.
Okay. Well,
I think that's the idea. Is that people are getting rich off of these shows, and it's not the artists and the people within.
But you're hurting people's jobs and livelihood. Why aren't they protesting that? That's not fair. They have families too.
Okay.
Didn't Max in Chicago buy all the rooftops? Max Weisvest from Champaign?
Oh, yeah.
Gold Coast tickets, he made a bazillion. I don't know. The guy was amazing.
Uh-huh.
Amazing. Kind of kicked him out of the assembly hall, and then he went to Chicago and made a fortune, I think. He bought the rooftops. He sold them back, but I think he did quite well.
Right.
And that was the ticket reselling business.
Dang it. If I could only think of that stuff when it's happening.
Yeah, but it was illegal. For a lot of that, in the early times, I think you weren't supposed to do it. They chased them out of the assembly hall parking lot. How many times?
Right.
Anyway, okay, text coming in.
Oh, okay. I was on actually Steve Buscemi because I said Kid Rock kind of looks like the guy who's on these Adam Sandler movies, and Steve is 67, Kid Rock's 54. But I was noticing how, everybody's looking so much older to me.
Well, it's because you go to campus, you look at these kids that aren't shaving.
I know.
And that's what we look like.
It's crazy.
But no, Kid Rock played in Champaign.
I know.
Jimmy John brought him in.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's a Detroit guy.
Yeah.
All right. So, Steve, I totally agree with you on the age of your politicians. I don't believe them to be very effective. We need an entire overhaul. When the protesters are chanting "End Doge," would they rather be better off chanting, continue government wasteful spending?
Well, they don't think it's government wasteful spending. They think that you've got a billionaire. All of a sudden you're evil because you're a billionaire. And then you're coming in and you're taking my Social Security. You're cutting. He's not. But that's not what they believe. Because somebody told them, and they're lemmings, and they follow. So they're going to believe what that leader told them. And the others are just liars. How is it to wake up angry every morning? How the people at the courthouse in Urbana are just angry people that are shouting things that aren't true. Period. Fact check them. Oh, you fact check you. I mean, anybody gets in your face and cusses at you, they've got issues.
Right.
They just do. Anyway, it's when you're talking about if there's millions of dollars of checks going to illegal immigrants and people that are dead, shouldn't you look into that? It is just amazing to me. Shouldn't a Jewish person at Harvard be able to walk safely across campus? Some people would say no. They're the evil ones. You got these pro-Hamas people. They can't be here. It's past free speech. You're here as a guest on a green card. You can be booted out. And you need to be booted out. And all the money needs to be held back from universities if you're practicing this kind of behavior. And Princeton is in some trouble. Harvard's in some trouble. Columbia's already in trouble. And you just can't. But we're trying to reverse something that was headstrong and going well for the Biden administration. And we're trying to stop the nonsense, and it is nonsense, of how we're treating people. I mean, do unto others as you'd like unto you, right?
When we were talking about the Department of Education, it came up, how do you propose providing funds for education and other services?
You go to the states. He's not cutting. He's giving it to Pritzker. Now, if you don't like Pritzker, then there's another problem. But local money can be better controlled. Tell me what the Department of Education does. They set policy? Why don't I set policy for my own school district? Parents need to be involved. It's a three-legged stool, remember? Mm-hmm. It's not the teacher. It's not the administration of school. It's the parent.
Right. And the student.
The parent and the student and the teacher, obviously,
right.
At school.
The three-legged stool.
But you can't tell me exactly. You have to let the parents be part of it. But instead, the last administration called them domestic terrorists if they yelled. It is so off the rails. We're getting back on the rails. That's the good news. But it's just crazy stuff. You're in this time. You're saying this is the Twilight Zone. This can't be real. Nobody would think that way. It's just you get partial information, you get the hate going, and you're going to protest. So if it's not today, it'll be something different tomorrow. It doesn't have to be the issue. It's just going to be whatever. That's what I do. Mm-hmm. I get paid to do it.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. There are elections today for a state Supreme Court seat in Wisconsin and in Florida to fill House seats vacated by Mike Waltz and Matt Gaetz.
Trump-packed Jimmy Patronis and Democrat Gay Vallimont are battling it out for Gaetz' old seat in Florida's 1st congressional district. And Trump-endorsed State Senator Randy Fine and Democrat Josh Weil are competing for Waltz's vacant seat. Now, voters in Wisconsin are also heading to the polls this morning to determine who will get the majority control of their state's Supreme Court.
Fox's Brooks Singman. Layoff notices have started going out to 10,000 Health and Human Services employees.
These layoffs, along with 10,000 job cuts through buyouts and early retirement offers, are intended for HHS to reduce costs. Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr. says the department regularly spends $1.7 trillion yearly, but fails to improve Americans' health.
Fox's Evan Brown. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Governor Pritzker leading a trade mission to Mexico. It'll last through tomorrow. A delegation meeting with Mexican counterparts to discuss enhancing collaboration in key sectors like agriculture and food processing, finance, and manufacturing. Through the mission, Illinois is seeking to strengthen its long-standing partnership with Mexico. Cleanups underway after storms hitting central Illinois. Severe weather went through the region, leaving thousands of people without power on Sunday. High winds caused damage in Champaign County, amongst other counties. There haven't been any confirmed reports of tornadoes. An online auction is underway for unclaimed property in Illinois. The state treasurer says that auction is going to run through April the 6th. Items being auctioned include an 18-karat yellow gold chain link bracelet, as well as a baseball card with a piece of Joe DiMaggio's bat. How about that? Again, the auction is taking place for the state of Illinois' unclaimed property. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois. Champaign and Memphis Saturday. Sunshine this morning, increasing clouds this afternoon. Light winds up to 53. Breezy night is cool tonight. Rain after midnight and a thunderstorm towards the dawn. 45 the low. Tomorrow, windy, much warmer. Periods of showers and thunderstorms both morning, afternoon, and evening. Enhanced risk of severe weather. Strong and severe thunderstorms are probable with a high temperature tomorrow at 72. That southeast to south wind gusting better than 40 miles per hour. Showers and thunderstorms, as mentioned earlier, tomorrow night could be heavy and severe, low down to 50. Cloudiness lingers for the day on Thursday. Cooler, a bit of rain early, more so in the afternoon, up to 63. Scattered showers back in late Friday at 61. Maybe a heavy rain event on top of everything between late Friday night and Saturday. Highs up to 54 there. Then a couple of showers early Sunday. A little sprinkle and snowflake come Monday. We turn colder into early next week. 55 Sunday. Daytime readings in the mid and upper 40s next Monday and Tuesday. We'll keep you up to date. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Yep, it is April 1 all day.
Could be April Fool's Day prank pulled on you somehow. So just be aware that could happen. And we have the Boneyard Arts Festival coming up this weekend. It's Mom's Day weekend for the University of Illinois. At the end of the week or month is the Christie Clinic Illinois Marathon and Ebert Fest all in the same weekend. So that's going to be a busy time. Easter comes our way on April 20th. So I've been taking note of some of these Easter dates.
Well, it's a late Easter this year for sure. And yeah, we've got that coming up ahead here. We've got all kinds of weather that'll be nicer. All that's ahead. You got the farmers getting ready to plant at some point. We think in April, maybe it'll be May. I don't know. It depends on moisture and everything else. But yeah, we appreciate everybody listening, and also you're welcome to text in anytime. 217-359-2255, the Fisher National Bank text line. We mentioned that the St. Louis Cardinals fans are, I guess, making a statement. They're not happy with ownership because they're not. Some of the tickets might have been sold, but folks aren't going. It was on X last night, I think, a picture of Busch Stadium, and I've never seen it that empty. Maybe 2 hours before the game. Maybe. But this was game time, and it just... Cardinals have been kind of insulated because they've gone to the playoffs every year for like 25 years.
Yeah.
So it's essentially saying, yeah, we're spoiled, but we do expect it, and we're still spoiled. So we expect to go every year. So do something. And Cardinals already spent pretty good money. So we'll see what happens. That's Central Division. Milwaukee. Oh, my gosh. Poor Milwaukee. I know. They've given up 10 runs a game, 3 of the 4 games. I mean, they gave up 18 to the Yankees. One game, 16, 18. What's up with Milwaukee? 0-4. And they haven't been close. So that's rather interesting. Pittsburgh's there. Cubs, I think they can play.
Cubs have a lot on the West Coast. They've, started out with
Arizona tough.
Yes.
And A's should be handleable.
Now they're with the A's.
Yeah.
They've got Arizona again in this month.
Chicago. Yeah.
San Diego Padres are on the list.
Ooh, they're good.
I know.
Yeah, listen, it's just to get through the west of the National League is the Dodgers, the Padres, Giants. There's some good teams.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
What's up with California that they're able to do all that?
Well, they're spending money. The Dodgers, if you want to pay that payroll, that's a lot of money. They got an all-star team, really. The Dodgers do. But I think Yankees probably aren't too far behind the way they've started. But the Cubbies, I think, can play. I think the Cardinals could surprise. But the Cincinnati Reds, who I've followed quite closely, they got a lot of young talent. They got one of the brightest stars in the game with Ellie De La Cruz. That kid's he's a flash. He's only 23. He will have the next Shohei Ohtani contract, probably. He's going to make a gazillion. That's with a G. I mean, it's going to be a lot if he's healthy, if he keeps developing. All those things have to happen. But, boy, they're pretty excited about him over there. And I don't know. The Central's pretty wide open. The bottom line is, though, who's getting by the Dodgers to go to the World Series? Good luck to you.
Right.
Maybe, but not likely. It just not. They've got so deep, so good pitching, so good bullpen, so good players.
And unfortunately, that's how the Cubs started their season with that Tokyo series.
Talk about your setup.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know if you
before the season even started. Wonder if you could have
said no, or the Dodgers have to give me 4 runs a game. Handicap. I start 4-0. Show offs. And again, nothing from the portal that we know of. Illinois basketball, there's a lot of buzz. There's a lot of things going on.
Right.
There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of maybes. And then what's the team going to look at? This is our life now. This is the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
We can't count on a freshman coming in and ever seeing the light of day at a 4-year degree.
Mm-hmm.
That's just gone. It didn't happen in probably anywhere except ISU, Eastern, Western guys that might stay 4 years that aren't able to go elsewhere. But if they get good at Eastern, they're leaving. If they go to ISU, they're leaving. What's the fun in that? I go to school too, man. And you can't win without money now, and again, exposure. I could probably come up with a whole lot of millions, and I'm not getting the top guy to go to Indiana State because I won't get the TV. You're going to go to a Power 5, go in the Big Ten, go in the SEC.
Yep.
You're going to go to Kansas. You're going to go to, I don't know who on the West Coast. Oregon's pretty good. USC, UCLA, not bad. So
we had comments yesterday about using the term student athlete, and it really should just be players.
I mean, they're just players, guys. You can stick with what you want, but it isn't the same. It just isn't. I understand most of the student athletes are, in fact, student athletes. Maybe they get a pizza deal, but that's it. They're not getting anything like the big boys. But it just kind of taints the whole thing when you're building and buying a team every year. That's what you're doing in football and basketball. You're building and buying a team. And there's not a darn thing you can do about keeping anybody. You can go to contracts and somebody's going to sue. How dare you limit my 18-year-old baby? It's ridiculous. I don't like it at all, and I don't know. I haven't talked to anybody who says, oh, boy, I love this. Now, we get five-star people that are seniors and 24 years old and go in the NBA or Europe. I love it. If they're all coming to Illinois, fine. This is a great system. The bottom line is it's not good for the families and the people that are involved in this, I don't think. And a kid that's 18 empowered with millions of dollars, who thinks that's a good idea? Well, I mean, have they really earned it?
Right.
I just don't think it's a great idea. Somebody should, just like the lottery winners, they should track what happens to these athletes that were given lots of money and then somehow they blew $400,000 in a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you have that kind of money, you think it's always going to be there. But you got your entourage, and this guy gets 10%. Yep. You got to take care of the parents. You got to take care of the house. You got to do all that. And it doesn't mean anything. Sure, $100,000, that's fine. They have no idea the value of what that is because they haven't had to sweat and work for $18 an hour, which used to be a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Does Costco still pay $33 an hour?
Really?
Could you just Google that?
I can side hustle
I've told people that the other day, and I want to make sure I'm right because I'm just positive that was a national thing.
Well, I started to do the search, and it said Costco raising pay of most of its hourly U.S. workers to over $30 an hour. Top of the scale employees receiving a $1 an hour raise. Bottom scale employees getting 50-cent increases to $20 per hour. So I guess it kind of depends on where you are. But yeah, that's good.
How much?
$30 an hour for non-union positions at Costco.
Well, I think you have to work 30 hours.
Bottom of the scale employees getting 50-cent increases to $20 per hour.
So some of the people with some experience, yeah, that's a lot of money now. If you are working 30 hours for $30 an hour, that's a $75,000 job. What? I have to stock the potato chips where again? Okay.
Right.
I don't think it's exactly exciting, but it's pretty good money. Yeah, so I was telling somebody, in fact, it was made national news, like $33. So I mentioned somebody at Aldi. I think Aldi plays very well too. I think they're 25-ish.
Oh, wow.
With Benny's, it's like 60. Because you got to count 30% of whatever you earn. You add 30% if you get benefits and all the vacations and stuff.
Well, you convinced me that Aldi is interesting place to shop, and I save money when I do that.
No, it's definitely less, except meat. Meat's high everywhere, and the grocery bill's still high. All that stuff's going to just take time. Just some of these policies have to get into place, but I think we're headed the right way. If we save $1 trillion, it just can't hurt, right?
Aldi's employees in Illinois expect to earn an hourly wage of $18.82 to $23 an hour for some of their warehouse market and
I think the people in the stores are making more. I mean, I do because they're all kind of managers because they all do the same thing. They're just very interchangeable, which is smart. Germans have figured out on the system. That's the fastest checkout you're going to get. 217 texter, NCAA basketball and football are now the real professional leagues, and the NFL and NBA are like the senior tours. If we're racing, they would be called vintage. Those NBA guys are structures. They're massive, they're full of muscle, and they want to keep their job, kid. So you're coming up, you're taking their minutes. That's tough. Mm-hmm. Same way in all professional sports, no question. All right, one more sports headlines that'll be coming in next. ESPN 93.5, 843.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Nate Evans of the Nate Evans Group, thanks for coming into our studio and discussing the experience about buying your first home. What are the first steps you should take, and how can your team help at Nate Evans Group?
Yeah, I mean, buying your first home can be super scary. Maybe not even scary is the right word. There's just a lot of unknown. So I think the important item for somebody to find is clarity on what that looks like. So if I was a first-time home buyer, I'm probably calling the Nate Evans Group, and I'm going to ask to speak with one of the local experts in there that's specific to the area they're trying to search. And we're going to sit down with them. We can keep it super easy. We usually do it over the phone first, and then we can do an in-person meeting at a house that they choose or they like. And we'll talk them through next steps, pre-approvals, refining criteria, and then next thing you know, we're finding houses off market for them that don't exist, because that seems to be a challenge for a lot of buyers right now.
Call the only agent I would call if I needed to sell my home. It's Nate Evans at 217-239-7113. Do an online search to Nate Evans Group and start packing.
What is most important in your life? This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. If you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
All right, check a sports headline at 846.
Well, the women's Final Four is set now, with Texas beating TCU yesterday and UConn beating USC. And we have ISU that is progressing in the postseason, and we're always rooting on Elise Knutson, who's a Philo native and Unity Rocket, 78-70 over Louisiana Tech.
She's the all-time leading three-point shooter in a season now for Illinois State in her first and only year. Wow.
Yes.
Great.
As far as professional basketball, Pacers over Sacramento. Thunder beat the Bulls yesterday 145-117. And the Bulls will host Toronto at 7 o'clock tonight. Phoenix is in Milwaukee with a 6:30 start. As far as local sports, Ruby Tarr's on the team. She's a Unity Rocket playing for Western's Leathernecks. And Illinois softball will face Western Illinois at 5 o'clock on Eichelberger Field. Illinois baseball also in action against ISU at 6 o'clock tonight. NIT action has North Texas and UC Irvine, along with Chattanooga and Loyola Chicago. Loyola Chicago with Jalen Quinn from Tuscola on their team. We also had Max Harridan and Ryan Boyce as great golfers in the Memphis Intercollegiate, and the final round shotgun start underway now. A number 10 Illinois seed was second after day one at the Memphis Intercollegiate yesterday. Go Illini.
All right, and
I didn't mention LA Angels over the Cardinals 5-4 in 10 innings.
Yeah, it was a bunch of walks. They had a chance. Mason Wynn is still looking for his first hit.
Oh.
And not hitting well, didn't hit well in spring training. He roped one that was right at a guy. Otherwise, that would have won the game. It was the bottom of the eighth. They would have scored a run and maybe held on.
I guess the walks really did in the Cardinals yesterday, and they dropped their first game of the 2025 season on the air at 5:50 here on ESPN 93.5.
Yep, they're 3-1, first place in the Central right now. That's how that stacks up early. So we'll see if the Cardinals can beat the Angels. I think a team they should be able to handle at home. And then we continue on. 162 times we get the Cardinals and the Cubs on. Cubs live on US 105.9, and here are the Cardinals on ESPN 93.5. Maybe it'll be way better than we think.
Cubs over the Athletics yesterday, 18-3. There's a 9:05 start on that series. tonight
Yep.
on US 105.9.
And I still think they got a really good manager for the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah.
He's a terrific manager, so we'll see. All right, and again, listen this afternoon, Derek Piper, Lonte with Kyle Tosk about, guess.
The transfer portal.
Yep, we got news breaking all the time with that and rumors and everything else. And, yeah, so far we've lost Carrie Booth. We've lost Merez Johnson and Trey White. Kylan Boswell said he's not transferring, but if there's a professional opportunity, he would look at that, obviously. Who's the kid from, the shooter? Jake Davis.
Okay.
He's back.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's right.
Way to go, Jake. You're starting. Now we just got to find 4 guys to play with you and then 5 other guys to practice.
Right.
Yeah, it's just, I'd said that. I was saying it, hoping it wasn't true, that we're probably going to have a whole new team next year. Thomas Isavich's brother has entered the portal. I was afraid Thomas would enter it and maybe join him in Arkansas. But would you take Thomas Isavich's brother so the Twins can be together,
right,
knowing he's not as good as Thomas, but maybe he can help us a lot or a little?
I think that might be a good fit.
Yeah.
Part of the family.
I remember back in the day, before any of you were born, there was a guy named Ephraim Winters who sadly passed away recently. He came and we took his buddy. I think the guy's name was Reggie Woodward, but that was their best friends in high school, and they didn't want to split up.
Okay.
So and Reggie didn't play a lot, but Ephraim did, and maybe we do that. I don't know. Okay. I just know I need more money. They're talking about the rumor of Merez Johnson wants $1.8 million.
Wow.
If he's worth 1.8, what's Thomas Isavich worth? 5?
Wow.
If Kylan Boswell wants $1 million, how do you possibly have enough money?
Right.
And then when a kid's getting that kind of money, and your other guard makes $50,000, is there not kind of that going on? That's not fair. I score more than he does. Anyway, I think the whole thing's kind of a mess. 10 till, check your weather one more time.
Hey, where are you headed?
To Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola.
What do they have there?
What don't they have there? Living room furniture, benches, chests, love seats, sectionals, tables, bedroom sets, hutches, nightstands, end tables, cabinets, mirrors, stools, clocks, lamps, pillows, rugs, desks, media consoles, patio furniture, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more.
So, everything.
Yeah, probably could have just said that.
Kelsey Furniture, quality for less.
Attention drivers. When it comes to your car, trust matters. That's why savvy drivers choose PDR Automotive for top-notch service and unbeatable quality. From routine maintenance to complex repairs, their team of expert technicians has the skill and experience to keep your vehicle running smoothly. At PDR Automotive, customer satisfaction is their priority, and they won't rest until your car is back on the road performing at its best. Visit PDR Automotive in Urbana today, family-owned and operated for more than 50 years. They're what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana is Saturday. Quiet day's worth of weather before an active and moisture-laden one gets going. Increasing clouds this afternoon after morning sunshine. More seasonal highs at 53. Light wind out of the northeast and east. Tonight breezy, not as cool. Rain after midnight and a late night thunderstorm towards the dawn. Low down to 45. Increasing east-southeasterly wind. Windy, much warmer for the day tomorrow. Periods of showers and thunderstorms both morning, afternoon, and evening. With the southeast to south wind gusting 40 to 45 miles per hour up to 72. Heads up tomorrow afternoon. Early tomorrow night, enhanced risk of severe weather, level 3 out of 5. Lows tomorrow night down around 50. And for the day on Thursday, cloudiness, some cooler weather, a bit of rain early, more so in the afternoon up to 63. Scattered showers late Friday at 61. Heavy rainfall potential Friday night into Saturday with a high up to 54 there on Saturday. Then cooler weather sets up here for early next week. 55 on Sunday with a shower early. Sprinkles, maybe a snowflake come Tuesday morning. High temperatures in the 40s. For TVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Join Cunningham Children's Home on April 4th and 5th for the 21st Annual Festival of Quilts. It's a celebration you don't want to miss. Enjoy a stunning quilt show and sale, shop for home decor and gifts, enjoy home-baked treats from the bake sale, take a campus tour, and more. This tradition is more than just a festival, it's a chance to raise critical funds for the youth and families Cunningham serves each year. Don't miss the Festival of Quilts, April 4th and 5th. Visit cunningham.org to learn more.
Always so many beautiful quilts at that.
Yeah, I
Children's
just
Show.
love going to that. And the bake sale's awesome, too.
All right, I said Costco pays $33 an hour. If that's 33 times 30 hours a week, which you have to work that, I understand, that's $990 per week times 52 weeks, $51,480.
Okay.
Plus 30 hours, you get benefits. So you got to add 30% because that's what it costs for vacation, sick, and everything else. So that's about $67,000.
Okay.
For a 30-hour week job. And now you got to work, weekends and nights and stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah, that's retail.
Thanks, John, for texting in 217-359-2255.
Yeah, and it's just, I guess I pointed out because I said that she used to get, how much you used to get? $8 an hour for that?
Right.
So it's certainly a living wage, I think. And good for them. I think it's great. I mean, I don't think you make that much at FedEx, do you? And you got a lift.
Right.
FedEx is what, $27 an hour? And if you want to be an HVAC guy, just pick your spot.
I know.
You go learn air conditioning and heating, and I'm pretty sure you ought to be able in 3 years to be at $100,000. I mean, you start probably at 60 or 70, maybe not that much, but you can, if you're experienced at that, yeah, I think you can work about anywhere and grow into quite a good paying job.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the unions are very, very good as you work through. You're not going to make it when you're 22, but if you're patient in there and you just want to go work, the thing that's lacking is the ethic of hard work. There are 7.2 million men out of work, and they're not even applying. They're spending 2,000 hours a year on video.
Oh, wow.
Or phone, screen time.
Right.
And so I'm actually not sure how much that even is, because I use my phone hours a day.
I do too.
So it's work and surfing and checking some of the socials and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's just we've lost the ethic. If you're diving for loose balls and you want it, pick your spot and demand you get paid for it, or do it in a clever way.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're somebody that everybody knows they want to hire, then that means many want to hire you. You have integrity, morals, values, honesty, integrity, all that good stuff. Okay, we'll pick it up tomorrow. Thank you, Diane.
Enjoy the day.
That is Diane Ducey. I am Stevie J. We appreciate you. Thank you for listening, and we'll meet back tomorrow on the radio. Have a great Tuesday.
Are you tired of shivering in the winter? Look no further than your local heroes at ABC Heating and Air Conditioning. Hi, this is Gina inviting you to give us a call at 217-352-5400 to book your appointment to make sure your furnaces run safely and efficiently this winter. We've been proudly locally owned and operated and have been serving our community for over 50 years. ABC, always be comfortable. Call me 217-352-5400 to book your appointment today, or go to abcheatingandac.com.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Ever wonder why you pay your bank to have a checking account? Fisher National Bank does too. You see, they offer free rewards cashback checking that gives you cash back on debit purchases, no service fees or balance requirements. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive electronic statements, and have one direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's so simple. Reward yourself today with rewards cashback checking. Learn more at any branch or FisherNational.com. Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
I'm John Phillips, running for City of Champaign Township Supervisor, and I need your vote today. Township plays a crucial role in the managing of the budget and allocating funds to support the well-being of all residents, especially the most vulnerable. The unhoused community in Champaign is a complex problem and requires a complex solution from a strong leader. Downtown Champaign is facing increasing challenges due to the unhoused crisis. Businesses are leaving, storefronts sit empty, and public safety concerns grow. The current approach isn't working. I will work to develop sustainable solutions that provide care and stability for the unhoused while ensuring downtown remains a vibrant place to live, work, and visit. I love Champaign. I am committed to making changes for the better. Give me the opportunity to lead us in the right direction. Please vote for me, John Phillips, for City of Champaign Township Supervisor. Leadership you can see, present you will feel. Visit voteforjohnphillips.com. Early voting is happening now.
Paid for by Friends of John Phillips.
Fighting Illini fans, your Illinois football team is coming off a 10-win season as Citrus Bowl champs. This fall, Illinois returns 18 starters from the Citrus Bowl victory, including star quarterback Luke Altmaier for a third straight season. Led by head coach Brett Bielema, the Fighting Illini are listed on nearly every major top 25 ranking for the 2025 season. Stay up to date on all things Fighting Illini football at fightingillini.com. We can't wait to see you back in Memorial Stadium this fall.
Actually, I called the provider. It was just going to be a while before I could have service, and I couldn't wait, so I was recommended to Classic. Professionalism, their dependability, credibility, and the service technicians, I wouldn't ever call anybody else.
I truly believe that after people have experienced other companies and then given us a try, they can clearly see the difference.
Visit ClassicPlum.com.
At Christie Clinic, our commitment is for the care of our community. That commitment includes keeping care local where our patients, their families, our clinics, and their hospital of choice are located. Our providers live and work here. It's their passion to care for their families and neighbors. Thank you for choosing Christie Clinic, your hometown provider. When you do, you support the health and well-being of your community.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Kelsey Furniture in downtown Tuscola sells Tempur-Pedic beds. What's it like?
I'm going to tell you right now, Stevie, that thing is the best thing I've ever slept on in my life. My wife and I both have said we've never had better night's sleep. And the people at Kelsey's were fantastic. Brian is the guy that helped us.